Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. This is episode 2, and I apologize for my voice. I'm a little bit sick today. In today's podcast, we will be talking about letting go and overcoming fear. So, if you are trying to improve yourself or overcome social anxiety, or fear of any kind, and you are beginning your journey through meditation or just to improve yourself, this video is for you. And if you are suffering, if you're suffering in a very difficult situation and you need some guidance, you need some inspiration, this video is definitely for you. And please listen to the end because I have something to say to you. Okay. So normally we perceive loss as something tragic. We lose something, right? So it makes sense why we feel we've lost. Letting go of something is difficult because it means we have to part ways with something or someone that brought us happiness. But in every loss, there's an opportunity. We usually don't like change. We fear living in the unknown. We dread it. We prefer the comfort of what is familiar or reliable, and thinking ahead to the future stresses us out, especially when we find ourselves needing to let go or move on from the current situation. We often hold on for too long, longer than we should. And in retrospect, when we look back, we understand that, yeah, I should have just let go, like before that. How often have you felt nervous about giving a public presentation, or going on an interview, or moving to a new place, meeting new people, going on a first date? It happens to everyone, right? And as soon as we complete this task, the thing that we dreaded, the stress, the fear vanish instantly. It's like it was another life. And we even laugh at ourselves for the roller coaster, the stress that led up to that just moment of like the time we had to perform, or when all eyes were on us. The anxiety. They say humans, the number one fear of human beings is public speaking. And I find that very interesting, but we'll talk about that later. The nervousness and fear can be contagious. When others are in the same situation, their emotional states can either help us calm down or deepen our anxiety, depending on how they're feeling. And if there's a significant amount of nervous energy in the room, it can cause a collective panic. And the opposite is true. If you go to like a religious place or around a bunch of monks or something, like you are going to calm down. Their energy will affect you. Beyond your fear lies freedom. We tend to compartmentalize these emotional states, partly due to our genetic makeup and partly because we haven't developed the necessary skills to navigate life without fear. No one ever taught us. They don't teach classes in school about overcoming anxiety. They don't teach classes in school about handling your emotions. They don't teach classes in school about how to treat each other. I have no idea why, but I didn't learn it in school. In fact, I had to find all of this stuff out by myself. Fear and anxiety serve as signals, alarms, that have kept us safe for thousands of years, warning us of danger. I want you to transform your relationship with anxiety. Stop pushing it away and, just, it's a problem that you deal with, and, you don't want to look at it. You don't want to analyze it because you don't want to feel it, but it will happen again and again. Anxiety is a signal indicating that something is happening. We might not understand it, and that is what makes us anxious. But ultimately, it's a signal inviting us to wake up. Hey, it's time to wake up. It's time to be mindful. This is it. Game time. Get ready. The most effective way to overcome fear and anxiety is through your breath. Mindfulness. In Thai, this concept is referred to as sati, which means awareness. And the anchor or the tool is breathing, bringing your awareness to your breath. Now, this isn't religious. This doesn't require any belief. You just need to do it. It's 100% practical. And it may sound overly simple to some of you, but I guarantee if you try it, you will quickly realize that it's one of the most challenging mental exercises you will ever do. It requires willpower, discipline, patience, and courage, because you are facing your fears. You're facing reality. And most people, we learn to avoid it. Breathing techniques are taught in sniper training schools, and they're part of the curriculum for military intelligence, CIA, worldwide. CIA training dedicates 2 weeks of its training for breathing techniques. This is meditation. Companies like Google implement mindfulness workshops for staff because mindfulness has proven to foster creativity and improve mental performance. So you don't need to just use mindfulness breathing because you're suffering. You can use it to be more creative, to be more effective in whatever you do. Mindful breathing will help your sexual performance. Mindful breathing will help your creativity. Mindful breathing will help you feel better. Now, before I continue, I want to acknowledge that the roots of these teachings are deeply embedded in Hinduism and Buddhism. And it's important for me to say this because many teachers offer meditation, mindfulness practices without properly recognizing or crediting its roots. Okay, so the physical sensations of fear and anxiety primarily impact the body before moving to our mind. Imagine a virus that spreads quickly. You need to be proactive to protect yourself. Your body is your temple. So the first step in actively changing your mindset is to become aware of and address the sensations within your body. We hold on to tension, fear, anxiety without releasing it. The most common ways people numb these symptoms are alcohol, drugs, food, or pornography. We escape. Getting drunk can provide temporary relief, but it does not address the root of the stress. And then it resurfaces. So what happens? We go back to work on Monday, we accumulate more stress, and we fall into the same cycle of drinking and numbing the following weekend. If you find yourself at a point in life where you're ready to change, to reinvent yourself, to confront your social anxiety, your fears, consider yourself very lucky. And the younger you are starting this path, the better. In Zen, it's called the beginner's mind. And it's a beautiful place to be. It's like being on your honeymoon. The practice will feel fresh and you'll see life-changing results in right away, quickly. If you've never practiced mindful breathing or meditation, it will transform your life. But you have to do it. So if you meditate for 15 minutes, sitting meditation in the morning, and another 15 minutes at night, for 3 months every day, I guarantee you will feel like a new person. You will start to shine. And you can take my word for it. If you really do this and you don't feel a change, I will send you a gift. Now, I won't dive too deep into the methodologies in this episode because there are so many styles and approaches to breathing practices. For instance, I'm sure a lot of you heard of Vipassana. They focus on body scanning and the observation of your physical sensations, but many Thai monks, they recommend like focusing in your abdomen, the center of your body, being kind of rooted. Ultimately, what matters most is finding a method that resonates with you and works. However, if you're just starting out, I advise you to choose one approach and commit to it for 3 months. That way you won't feel confused or overwhelmed. Keep it simple. A Vietnamese monk named Sister Bích Minh once said to me, "You're overthinking this. Just breathe and smile." Personally, I like Thich Nhat Hanh. I like the Vietnamese Zen style. But I will create another video in the future like explaining the differences, and you can choose. Okay, now let's go to the deep waters. I want to talk to those of you who are struggling, those of you who are rolling in the deep, suffering deeply. First and foremost, you must keep moving forward. Giving up is not an option. I'm with you. You cannot give up. You've made it through every difficult day before, and you can make it through another one. I understand that you feel trapped and hopeless right now, but this will pass. Believe it or not, and you may not believe it, because when I was suffering deeply, people would tell me, it's going to be okay, it's going to be better. But I couldn't imagine. I didn't believe them. But take it from me, life did get better. And on the other side, there is peace, calmness, and loving people waiting to embrace you with open arms and smiles. When we are in deep pain, it's easy to forget that we deserve better. The hurt can overshadow everything, making it hard to see past the emotional turmoil that fills our hearts. Our feelings become overwhelming, and the isolation we experience intensifies the struggle. Some of what you are feeling is conditional. Maybe your heart is broken, or you're financially struggling, lonely, or just feeling lost. You might think that you're not good enough, or believe that no one really likes you. You don't have friends. Maybe you're unsuccessful in dating. You can't find the perfect match. Or maybe you're stuck in an unhappy relationship, or you hate your job, but you feel too exhausted and defeated to even consider changing. Perhaps you've given up on self-improvement because it feels too late. Life feels hopeless, and while you go through the motions, you're never really present. You smile, but it feels hollow. You laugh, yet inside you are crying. And as you lie down at night, before falling asleep, you find yourself questioning life, questioning God. Maybe you pray or cry, or maybe deep down, you even wish that you wouldn't wake up. Or you might have everything a person could desire, yet still you suffer deeply. You should be happy. Others would envy your achievements and possessions, your life. But despite having a loving family, being a successful CEO, and enjoying wealth and the good life, high soul perspective, you are unhappy. And the weight of those expectations feels unbearable. Life is so complicated. Everyone relies on you and looks for your strength, but beneath it all, there's a wounded inner child who craves affection and simplicity. You just want to escape and retreat to a field of grass and lie down and look at the sky. I want you to recognize that no matter where you find yourself or what is causing your suffering, this moment presents an opportunity, a chance to be reborn. This pain serves as a signal, and in that sense, it's a blessing in disguise. But you have to act. Action is karma. Just like when your ancestors heard the roar of a lion, you have to get up, you have to respond. That's a signal, or else you will be eaten alive. The principles are the same when you apply to your pain in your life now, 2025. Listen to its signal. And on the other side, there's happiness. Happiness and suffering are. They are two facets of the same coin. Happiness won't be given to you or handed to you. No one is coming to save you. Regardless of how much you pray, chant, visit temples, churches, and mosques, God has been within you all along. At this moment, right now, you need to make a decision not to let life defeat you. You are a winner. You must commit to fighting back and stop running away or escaping your pain. Many people are imprisoned by the opinions of others, paralyzed in fear and haunted by past mistakes and memories. Don't be like everyone else. Everyone else is unhappy. I believe in you, but you have to believe in yourself. See you later.